This is a work of art.
Perfect.
Hello there broskies, Erkin back here. And of course, if you're new to the channel, this is the life of a broski, where I do sneaker unboxings and reviews just like this one. So if that's your kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. And on today's episode, I am reviewing the Air Max 3 Archetype. So having a quick look at the box before we waffle on any more about the sneakers, and it is a pretty clean box. Ugh. So Nike have gone for the same style box that we have with the recrafts and of course the infrareds that were recently released. It's just in this black and stealthy colorway. The only thing I am upset about is we didn't get any tags that come with the recrafts or even those arch supports. Now I don't know if it's just this box, someone's returned these and nicked them. So if you have got these sneakers and you did receive them, let me know down below. So the product information reads Air Max 3 PRM and the colorway is actually white, black. Now this colorway isn't white and black, it's more white, sail, black, and I want to say infrared, but it's more of a crimson colorway that Nike are calling it. So okay, let's put it side by side, the infrareds, and yes, it is a very similar shade red or crimson or radiant red, whichever you want to call it, but there is a definite difference between the color and the shades. The infrareds are more of a highlighter red compared to the archetypes, but if you're into that shade of red, you're not really going to complain too much either way. Now my life mantra has seemed to be over the past few years that timing is everything. And yes, 2020 marked the 30th anniversary to the Air Max 3 or Air Max 90, whichever you want to call it. But potato, it doesn't even matter. What matters is I really think these came out a little bit too late. And I think Nike panicked a bit. They tried to get as much Air Max 90s out last year because it was the 30th anniversary. But they just released too close to the Radiant Reds. And this is very similar to that sneaker. Yes, of course, it does a lot differently in terms of its implementation and design. But if you had the choice between this and the Radiant Reds, in my opinion, there can only be one winner. And retailing at £140, you're getting these at £10 more here in the UK. Now this unique design to this Air Max 90 is an absolute madness. You've got the use of this furry suede on these overlays, and of course we've got the classic mesh toe box on this Air Max. Now what's really interesting and that stood out straight away to me is we've got these transparent TPU accents that are used for half of the mud flaps. And we've got that cutout Air Max branding on both the medial and lateral side. Now the lacing setup is somewhat very familiar in terms of those TPU panels that hold the laces in place. But what changes everything, in my opinion, is the exposed foam that runs from the collar and cuts off just where the top of the tongue is. And speaking of the tongue, this tongue is humongous. It's one of the most padded tongues I've ever seen on an Air Max 90. And on the inside, we've got this classic sizing sticker that you would find on the OG silhouettes to the Air Max 3s. And on the inside, we've got this sort of stencil look to it. Now to contrast nicely to the whites, the crimson, and of course the sail, we've got that black color blocking. And to finish off, we've got that rubber panel at the back with the Nike Air branding in that translucent color. Now this midsole may seem like your regular white or sail color, but this is one thing you could only really spot if you look carefully enough or if you have them in hand. It's got this very rugged textured feeling that is glossed all over. And of course we've got this sort of penciled in design to the color blocking of the Air Max 90s air unit. And this sort of unfinished look to the colouring, it travels its way down to the outsole as well. But another thing that is very familiar is this waffle design to the outsole. Honestly, these actually caught me by surprise. I didn't really think I'd like these as much as I do. If I didn't just cop the Air Max 3 Radiant Reds, I would have defo been more on this sneaker. But I feel like the re-release to the infrareds has really taken this sneaker's shine. But this sneaker is very much true to size, just like most Air Max 90s I have tried on. So my advice is stick to your normal Air Max Nike sizing. Now, how does this sneaker pair up to every other Air Max 90? Now, thankfully, Nike haven't really changed too much in terms of its on-foot feel. It's a very similar feeling to most of the Air Max 90s that are out on the market. And the only noticeable difference that I did find was that massive tongue on this sneaker. I don't know if the B-roll does it justice, but trying these on, there is a definite difference when it comes to the on-foot feel. And the only other thing that I can differentiate is the collar. Because it has that sort of slight exposed look, there is a little less cushioning and comfort. But overall, there's not much to complain about when it comes to the comfort. If you like the Air Max 90 and how it feels on foot, you're gonna love these. Now, if you're deciding out of the OG recrafts and this sneaker, or if you're looking for something completely refreshing and new, this might be one to add to your 90s rotation. Me personally, the OG recraft, you just can't beat that look. That nostalgic 90s vibe is just unbeatable in my opinion. So overall, broskies, I have to decide whether these are a buy or a buy. Now, I am a bit mad at Nike for releasing these so close to the Radiant Reds. That classic retro sneaker has stolen all of this silhouette's thunder. And for me, in my opinion, it's very unfair. There are a lot of retailers where so many sizes are just sitting there. And I think if the infrareds didn't come out so close to it, these would have been flying off shelves. And if you are looking to get a pair, I will leave some links down below. But overall, I am digging this sneaker. If I'm comparing it to the OG recrafts, for me, they are always going to win. But if you want something that's very outlandish, something new, and something that's going to stand out, this is definitely one to consider for your rotation. Overall, broskies, I am going to give this Air Max 3 Archetype a buy. And broskies, I'm interested to know what you think. Is this your cup of tea? Is this trying too hard? Or have you already copped a pair? Leave all your comments down below and I will be pinning the best one. So broskies, it's good to be back. I've missed you lot and I hope you've missed me too. But hit me up on the IG and show me some love. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and of course, until the next episode, take care.